Welcome to the pod, everybody.
All right. It is election night in America, Decision 2018. This episode of 36% is coming to you live from Truman State University in front of our live studio audience.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to everybody that could make it out tonight.
We're excited to be here, excited to watch the Democrats flip the Senate and the House and the governorships.
Okay, everyone.
We're going to be really optimistic about it.
Everyone, we're stoked. You're stoked. Let's get this thing underway.
Yeah.
The elections come.
Bringing you the
It's
highlights
time.
from election night 2018.
All night long.
And that's about it.
And
So
that's really all we're here to do.
stick with us. We'll make this as entertaining as possible.
But anyways,
We're
I'm
gonna
Adam.
laugh. We're going to cry. I'm Brett.
And tonight is election night. Thank you. Also, real quick, I
What?
think, Brett, is that a knock at the door?
Yes, it was. Adam, who might that be?
Brett, Adam.
No, we're not
it's
doing this
nice,
again.
to make an
Beto.
appearance tonight.
But without further ado, Adam, let's
Thanks,
get
Obama.
into it.
Let's get into it.
Hey, look at that. Greg Abbott won for Texas governor. That's just
Woo. Oh, good.
Andrew Cuomo just won for New York governor, though. So
Hey,
just
hey,
good
hey,
seeing
hey.
That was fun.
Thank God.
How's the room feeling? God, you guys are so
Depressing as
sad.
hell. Guys, look, 96% of Florida votes might be in, and Andrew Gillum and Nelson might be
It's
losing.
close.
But
It's close. Only 90,000
that doesn't mean
votes.
you have to be depressed just yet.
Only 90,000
yet.
votes separate them.
So, to give you an update, it is currently 8 p.m. Central Time,
Laura
Here.
Kelly's leading by 55,000.
and Brett is losing his shit.
Guys, I really want Chris to lose.
We really, really, really hope Kansas goes blue in both the governor and
34% reporting.
you know, we'll get there. So, anyways, to give you a rundown of the State of the Union, currently Beto O'Rourke is winning Texas, which is crazy.
How much is reporting?
Currently we have about 54% in, and Beto is literally winning by 5,000 votes.
Yikes.
Yeah, this is crazy close.
Brian Kemp
Crazy
is kicking Stacey
close.
Abrams' ass with 32% reporting. It's 61 to 38.
Yeah, Georgia's not doing so hot. Florida though,
Also not doing hot. Why are we excited about Florida?
it's not. Florida, we're not excited about. Florida is currently 96% in, and both Gillum and Nelson are losing. It's not a good thing. However, we have some upsides.
Yeah.
In regards to Illinois is going Democrat.
Mhm.
Big surprise. Same with Michigan. Colorado is currently going Democrat as
These
well.
governorships.
Yes,
All right,
all the
governorships.
governor races.
Cool.
Kelly in Kansas, as we mentioned, is winning.
Too early. Don't
It's
trust
still
it.
too early.
Too early.
Ohio is currently Republican, but again, don't trust it.
How much is reporting in Ohio?
45%.
Ooh, okay.
So, and currently Democrats are down by about 100,000 votes, which isn't bad. House races, because there's a lot of those.
Democrats
It's
have
every
to pick
single
up
one.
21 Republican seats.
Yes. Currently, as it stands right now, 65 Republican seats have been declared and 59 Democrat seats have been.
That means we've got 2 Republican seats so far.
And let's remember real quick, California hasn't even begun reporting yet.
Next poll's closing in an hour.
And we're probably not going to know for a while.
That's gonna hurt.
Currently, Colorado just opened up,
Just
so we're
opened
starting
up.
to
They
get
just-
stuff in there.
Just closed or open?
We're
Better report.
now getting reports.
Okay.
South Dakota and North Dakota are looking likely Republican as per usual. Give you some major races to update you on. Currently, the Kentucky 6th, which we have been harping on all week about how important this one is, not looking so great. It has officially been called for Barr, the incumbent, who won with slightly. Like 9,000 votes. He won by 9,000 votes. Currently, 96% of precincts in Kentucky's 6th are reporting in, and sadly, Amy McGrath will probably not be representing them. It's going to be close.
Yeah.
However, it's really great that we were so close, but I really wish we
Adam,
won
I'm
this
tired
one.
of just being close.
I know. I'm really
I wanna
tired of
win.
being close too.
Let's take a look at the Senate. Bernie Sanders has secured his victory. At least we'll have one more independent, or we'll retain one independent in the Senate. Elizabeth Warren won her seat pretty handily, so her 2020 prospects look good. Senator Whitehouse, also on the East Coast from Rhode Island, won his seat. Senator Murphy, Connecticut. So we're holding on to a bunch of these Democratic Senate seats, which is good. We don't want to backtrack. Gillibrand from New York, Casey in Pennsylvania. Projected winner in Maryland is Cardin. That's looking pretty convincing. Tim Kaine in Virginia, although that's a little closer. We're at 97%, and he's up by a couple 100,000. So I'm not too worried about that. West Virginia.
That one was instantly projected that he'd win.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yes, guys, West Virginia, Joe Manchin III
Okay.
currently he's mining for votes. And you know what he did? He struck gold.
What does that mean?
It means we're winning. It means we will retain another heavily, this is another red state Democrat that we will win and retain, which is we need everyone we can get. Because currently Indiana is not looking phenomenal.
You messed up.
Yes. So first off, Hoosiers. Speaking to you
one-on-one
from the land of corn and really, really fast cars.
Listen, your fast cars aren't going to save the fact that Braun is about to win.
Yes, so
lose Donnelly's seat. That wasn't supposed to happen.
As it updates right now, which is it also really does not bode well for Missouri, because 65% of the vote is in. Currently, Braun sits at he has about 54% of the vote. Yeah. And Donnelly has 41.
Still plenty of time to switch, but
there is still enough. Largely, actually, looking at these precincts, this is important. Marion County, which is where I'm from, and houses this, 6% of the entire population, or no, 1/6, of the entire population of Indiana is only 74% in.
Okay.
So there's still a bunch more. Currently, all the surrounding counties are not fully in yet, so that's looking good. Up near Chicago. Things are mostly being filled out. We're currently waiting on Porter County. That one doesn't have anything reporting yet, but that'll go Democrat. Also, LaPorte County up there as well, and St. Joseph. LaPorte is still only about 60%, but that's where, if Donnelly's going to pull this off, it'll be around there.
Right.
And same down south, close to Louisville.
Okay. CNN is keeping us pretty well updated on the governor's race in Florida. Andrew Gillum is still trailing Ron DeSantis pretty significantly, unfortunately. I know, but that's so like, close. 90,000 votes? Yeah. I mean, it's close enough to where he could still eke it out. I mean, the big urban areas still aren't done reporting. Looks like we have a confirmation for Joe Manchin securing his seat, which I think we already touched on.
Yeah.
Which, hey, that's cool.
Good job, Joe.
Yeah, way to go, Joe. Andrew Gillum, I'm really crossing my fingers on in Florida, but we're going to keep that updated. So we have about another hour to sit tight until the next polls close and we can get the next round of updates. So you just want to sit tight till then?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
We'll keep you updated, people.
Cool.
Don't lose faith. Welcome back.
All right. So it's 8:34.
And, things have changed.
Halfway between polls closing.
Yep. So
Democrats still have only picked up 2 Republican-held seats. However, we're sitting at 76-83.
So we're filling them up.
We need 218 to control.
And remember,
76.
California still has not been counted.
Oh, a bunch of places have yet to be counted.
Yes, and Iowa.
Very early.
I cannot wait to turn the entire state of Iowa blue.
I mean, you and me both. Let's settle for what we can get right now.
That's
8:30, 8:35 p.m. sharp. We have another half hour before elections close in even more states. But just to give you a quick lay of the land, what we're looking at as far as the governorships are concerned. Adam, what you got for us?
Well, Wisconsin is finally going to kick out their uneducated, non-college graduate governor, Scott Walker.
How elitist of you, but all right.
Look, the man, I'm just saying, he hasn't done a great job.
What are you saying?
I'm saying
Harry Truman didn't go to college either. You're saying he was a bad president?
Yeah, but back then, what percentage of the population went?
No. We're not judging people on their education, Adam. This is 2018.
Ridiculous. Okay, regardless, Scott Walker's an awful individual, so we're kicking him out.
Okay.
Look, guys,
No, shut up, Ben. You're not on this
Thank
podcast.
you, Ben. Thank you.
No.
See, this is why we should always have a live studio audience.
You just want them to agree with you.
You're damn right I do.
Okay, so Florida. We got 99% reporting. It's close.
It's so close.
It's 50 to 48, 48.8 right now. We're looking at 3.9 million to 3.8 million. Gillum is down. DeSantis is ahead. We're still waiting on a couple of big counties. Duval County has Jacksonville in it. Actually, no, that is 100% reporting. Ooh, what are we waiting on? Seminole County, which has next to Orlando.
Brett, we have breaking news.
Ooh, Mike
Everyone,
Braun.
what the hell?
All right,
Indiana,
Indiana, tell us
why
why
did you do
suck
this?
so bad.
Okay, so if it's officially been called, Indiana has officially gone for Braun, which is not good, which means we lose one more Democrat
Yep.
in a red state, which
Yep.
means Donnelly's out.
Yep.
This one was projected to win,
Yep.
and was more likely than Missouri,
Yep.
and that's not looking so hot. Yeah,
No, to go
to
Democrat.
go Democrat.
Joe
So
Donnelly was projected to keep his seat,
yeah,
which
he was
played into the
supposed to.
calculus of how we were going to at least get to 50.
Yep.
Now that doesn't look.
So it looks like it's going to be a 49. Guys,
I mean, we
okay,
could have
no,
at least got to 50.
50 is
could have
what
at
we
least
were
got to
banking
50.
on. However,
That being
there goes
said,
Indiana.
That being said,
Well, no, because Nelson's going to lose.
okay, well, let's not get pessimistic yet. That one's still relatively close.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so to bring it back and give you the recap,
Joe Donnelly wasn't even close.
Indiana has
Even
officially
tried.
lost their senator, their Democratic incumbent, which means Democrats now need 3 Senate races to control the House.
It's true.
With that,
To control the Senate?
the Senate, sorry.
Yeah.
Florida currently is not looking like it will go to the Democrats either, which means I think our greatest hope is currently down in Texas, because currently Beto O'Rourke is polling 0.2 higher than Ted Cruz.
It's true.
There's currently 73% of the vote in, and Beto O'Rourke is leading, and most importantly, Houston, which will be the deciding factor in this election, has not
Yeah.
fully reported yet.
This is true.
So here's hope. We have hope, guys. We have hope. Currently, on that note, Missouri has only had 18% report. With that, it's been mostly rural counties.
All counties coming out
Yep,
first.
as usual. St. Louis is just starting to report, and they're deep, deep blue. Same with Clay County and Jackson County, which have Kansas City in them, which are going to be big. So we're hoping to see. We're seeing stuff move, and that's a very good thing. So, so the Senate is not looking happy, but we didn't exactly expect that to be the case.
No, but we're still holding out for Texas. We're keeping a close eye on Missouri.
Oh yeah.
New Mexico we're still projected to win there, so that's going to be promising. Mississippi, there's a whole lot to look at in Mississippi.
Yes.
with
Okay.
their special
Mississippi's special election is big.
yeah, it really is.
Currently, the Democrat has 45% of the vote there.
4 people running in it. Though.
Yes, and that if you combined the Republican and the Democratic ticket, it is slightly favoring the Republicans, but we kind of anticipated that one.
Right.
This is not one we've been banking on to win, so it will be.
Okay. We could still have some surprises. We write off the loss in Indiana, but we could still be surprised. Speaking
Yeah.
of surprises, let's take a quick look at the governorships.
In Kansas,
In Kansas,
Kansas is still trending blue.
Ellie is leading. It looks like so far all the Ormond, the third-party votes, are taking away from Kobach. However, we're only 53% of the way into the night. Still plenty potential for change. The weird thing about Kansas is usually it's the rural districts that pull it, which obviously 99% of Kansas is rural districts, but some of those take forever to report. That goes against the trend of the rest of the country, which usually the small rural districts first. I don't know what it is. Well, out in Dodge City, where they legitimately moved the polling location halfway across the state, might take them a while to report, but keeping a close eye on that one. Colorado's looking pretty convincing for Polis right now, but we'll keep an eye on that. Illinois, pretty convincingly for J.D. Pritzker. We have mixed emotions on that.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
gonna say many Illinoisans are like, "Oh, he's better than Rauner,"
It's true.
and honestly, I'll take that. In 2018, I'll take that.
It's true. Odds are Florida is going to come down to a recount. It's automatically triggered in Florida if it's between half of a percent. 99% reporting. We have DeSantis and Gillum only separated by 0.1%.
Everyone, another update. Connor Lamb,
Ooh,
which literally the comeback kid,
it's true.
he is projected to win re-election in.
Projected or did he win?
He's
I think they just
projected.
announced-
He's projected
Oh,
to win.
okay.
There it is. Boom. In Pennsylvania's 17th. Thank God. We're keeping him in there. This man, honestly, I think he really inspired a lot of people this year. He was one of the first special elections in a heavily Trump-held, House district
Mhm.
that went Democrat, and that is something that has really given us hope. Towards the midterms, it made this midterm a heck of a lot easier because now, as things currently stand, it's currently 86-85.
Yep.
So Democrats have pulled out one more House seat than Republicans thus far, and we're again California has not reported yet.
We got 4 pickups. Oh, none of the West Coast is reported.
Yeah, no, none of
Or is
it.
Iowa.
Yes.
So still plenty of time left in the night.
Yep.
Still plenty of chances for things to happen.
Yeah, and also New York hasn't reported yet either.
That's true.
And that is a bunch of really key races we'll be keeping you updated on throughout the night.
So we got about 20 minutes left until we get our next round of results. We'll meet back in with that, and we'll provide a little color commentary with where we're at with all of that.
Yep. So,
All right.
again, stay hopeful. And, Beto, we believe in you. Hello, everybody.
Okay, so here we have the 9 o'clock update. We have some pretty big
So
news.
exciting news. Everyone, Kansas.
Projected by CNN right now to go to Laura Kelly.
Which means Kansas gonna do it.
Wow, a big surprise there. That's a real referendum on Trump. Chris
Thank
Kobach
God.
potentially going
Thank
down. I'm not going to
God.
call it yet. CNN
Oh
is.
my
I'm not in a place yet where I can.
Brett
feel
finally
comfortable
has the
calling
right mic.
But
Everyone,
ooh.
I've got to step out for a time, so I'm turning it
Okay.
over to Ben Sherman.
this. All right, the Sherm is going to step in. So what else we learned from 9 o'clock? We learned that Mitt Romney with 0% of the vote wins the Senate.
Yeah, it's
seat in
already
Utah.
confirmed.
Yeah, CNN's calling that already.
Real divisive candidate.
Right now,
there.
the count in the House is 106 to 103. Democrats have picked up 8 Republican seats. That gets us closer to the 218 to pick control back. No surprises in the Senate so far. Aside
Overall,
from
I think they lost 1 seat so far, so
Aside
we're
from,
that
yeah,
much farther away.
Donnelly losing his seat. Still too early to call in Texas. Missouri's nowhere close to being called yet.
I think the last I saw was McCaskill was behind and 18% of the vote was in.
Yeah, it's
So
we're not going to
Holly's
know about
winning,
Missouri for a while.
unsurprisingly, has won most of the rural
This
counties.
is true. Florida looks like it's probably going to be too close to call.
They're within 1% at the moment, so
Yeah.
not an automatic recount.
8% or 0.1?
1%.
1%.
Yeah, 1%.
Okay.
I think it was. I don't remember. I'm not going to even speculate.
Yeah.
But it was 1% apart, and they had 99% of the reporting. So
I think it's worth noting on that race that the 0.5% automatically triggers a recount. Either candidate can call for a recount.
Yes.
So it's still probably going to be a close one to watch, especially
probably-
going into tonight.
knowing Florida, we'll probably see that one finally decided in the next couple days.
Yeah, that's
Forget hours.
That's basically
at
where
this
I'm at with
point.
all of this.
It's been an
of
interesting
course,
night so far.
It really has. We've had some surprises so far. Let's see what map do I have pulled up. This is
I'm gonna come sit behind you.
yeah. So with the Senate right now, CNN's reporting 78%. Cruz is up by 50.7 to 48.6. So that's still extremely close. We're still waiting on some of those urban areas, which O'Rourke is likely to pick up.
Oh, we noticed that Ocasio-Cortez
Ocasio-Cortez?
Ocasio-Cortez, I apologize. Did finally was declared winner of her election in New
There
York.
you go.
I think Adam said something about she won 75% of the vote in her district,
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
which is just amazing.
Yeah, she 10 out of 10, great candidate. Met her, a lovely individual.
I gotta shout out to my home state, the great Michigan. Let's
Yeah.
go. Is now going blue once again. Thank goodness we're back
Okay.
to that.
Yeah,
With Whitmer capturing 54% of the vote, which is pretty great. I
big
love
things. Big things happening in Kansas. The Kansas third, they're calling for Sharice Davids over incumbent Kevin Yoder. That's a big pickup. Yeah, they're just
it.
calling
They just
it right
called
now
it
too.
as
Wow, look at that.
Speak of the devil. I mean, wait a sec. That was
Big-
a poor word choice.
Big pickup for Democrats there. Kansas second between what's his first name? Davis, Paul Davis,
Yeah.
and Kevin Watkins, or Steve Watkins rather, is still too close to call 62%.
A lot of blue candidates coming up in Middle America, which
Oh,
is huge.
yeah.
All right, Chrissy
Chrissy
Houlihan
Houlihan
in Pennsylvania.
House sixth in Pennsylvania.
Dean Phillips, another pickup for Democrats.
Minnesota third. This is good. This is all contributing to this overall count. Again, Democrats need to get to 218 to get control back. We're projected to pick up more than that.
Max Rose in New York, House 11.
We're all
Huge,
marching
huge.
right along. We're getting into some of the Western results coming in. For instance, the Wyoming at-large seat in the House gone to, let's see, Cheney, the Republican. Surprise, surprise. New Mexico's looking divided as predicted.
I see Ducey is leading Garcia in Arizona,
Yeah.
which I don't know if that's surprising. Sad.
We need Nick back in here, but
I try. Yeah, we need Nick back in here
Yeah.
for the deep dive.
kid knows everything about everything.
Yeah.
So, well, without further
Want
ado,
to gauge the room? How's
Yeah.
the room feeling, by the way?
yeah, how are we feeling in the room?
I'm feeling pretty good. How are you?
Got a pretty good, and we got a patient.
Much better than we're feeling up here, at least.
Right. It is only 9 o'clock. We still have plenty of time for all the polls to close.
Yeah,
as Adam keeps harping on, California will remain open until like 1 a.m. Central Standard Time.
I'm really enjoying at least getting here, taking Adam's spot for a bit, and then watching you guys fall apart through the night. I'm very excited.
It's going to be a pretty distinct decline.
If I could drink on campus tonight, would be the night.
I agree with that. I don't condone that as a coping
I don't
mechanism,
condone that.
But I'll have a
goodness.
tendency to agree with that. So
I want to talk about Nebraska a little bit.
talk to us about Nebraska. What's going on in Nebraska?
We're seeing Nebraska. How much percent of the vote is reporting so far here? I see Ricketts is ahead by 5% of Christ, which is interesting.
40% reporting in that, though, so that's still going to be pretty
Still
early.
a chance.
I mean, similarly with Kansas, we have 75%, so they're projecting Kelly to win. Anything could happen, although I will say, surprisingly, Greg Orman, the third-party candidate, took the Republicans' votes.
I kind
the
of like it.
Democrats'
I'm not
votes.
sad to see that.
Listen, here's the deal. I'm always happy to see a Democrat win. I'm still not happy about a third-party candidate running. However, I will admit this is kind of nice. This is kind of nice to have this go in our direction.
I'm all about split tickets on that side.
So, yeah, I mean, really not any big
Not yet.
surprises to report as of 9 o'clock, except that Kelly.
Other than Romney's 1 to
Kelly-
0%. I
Mitt
thought
Romney's
that was pretty huge.
successful Senate seat in Utah, and Laura Kelly appearing to take the governorship in Kansas.
Huge.
God,
Huge.
I'm so happy about that. Huge, as our president would say. Huge. All right, so we'll touch back in when we get some more results, either at 9:30 or at 10. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We'll be back at you.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Amen.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's 10 o'clock.
Back.
And some big news over the last hour. Some good
Yes.
stuff, some bad stuff,
And
some good for better stuff.
Some really awful stuff.
Some really awful stuff.
So, do you want to start things off down in the Sunshine State?
Okay, so we just got confirmation that Rick DeSantis is taking the governorship. Andrew Gillum put up a great fight, ran a truly inspirational campaign. We have a lot to be proud of down there.
Yeah, we do. However, Florida, just like in 2016, has upset the nation.
Yeah, it's disappointed. Well, 2000, 2004, 2000.
Okay,
8,
real quick.
2010,
Can we just take
2000.
note? If Florida was like split in two states, if
Yep.
it was just divided in two.
Okay, well, here's the deal.
Look, I know it's wishful thinking, but Al Gore would have been president.
What a
so-
hypothetical. What a hypothetical. If we just gerrymandered every state to where the
Yeah.
Republicans and the Democrats
we're gonna get
were
into
separated.
gerrymandering because that is something we
Yeah,
really do need to talk
The
about.
reason gerrymandering is kind of the reason we're winning the House.
Well, no,
But,
gerrymandering is the
talk about
reason
it.
we don't have a supermajority in the House,
well,
but that's
yeah,
fine.
That's true.
So,
Something to be said about political balance. But anyway, bad news. Let's go more bad news.
yep,
Texas
guys, Beto,
is running
Beto.
for presidency in 2020.
guys, because
not
he's not a senator from Texas. Honestly, Beto O'Rourke
It's a real
is
kick in
like
the nuts.
he's like the Jason Kander, but
He's like the Barack Obama. Are you kidding me?
well, no, like in the way of like such great potential,
Yeah.
and then he lost.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happened with Barack when, God, I don't even remember what year it was, but with his House seat that he got kicked in the face by Bobby Rush and then came back a couple years later, wins the Senate seat, a couple years after that, wins the presidency. I foresee a projection for Beto O'Rourke. He wasn't able to flip
Yeah,
Texas. He
But
did a
he
great
He
job
sure as hell got
in
close.
Texas, closer than anyone thought a Democrat would do against
Yeah,
Ted
I mean,
Cruz
granted,
of all
like
people.
he was within less than 300,000 votes
Oh, yeah.
in the third most populated state in the country.
That is electability if I've ever heard of it, honestly.
Yeah.
So
Major-
that was
Yeah.
disappointing.
So major things. Feinstein
Well-
won California. She was
With how
running
much
against
reporting?
another Democrat.
Yeah, with how much reporting? Yeah, thank God for California's rules.
Yeah. Amen.
Well, we also let's just finish talking about the disappointments.
Yeah.
Heitkamp loses her seat
Yep.
in North Dakota. What else did we have for the Senate? I think those were our big
That was it.
announcements.
Yeah, Wyoming
Nothing
went.
else really
That's
surprising.
not surprising.
Governorships.
Governorships. Let's look at these because these.
We
Are,
already talked about how Laura Kelly won, but I'm still happy about it.
I know. Thank God.
I'm still really happy
I'm so
about
pleased we got that one. In good news, Wisconsin is continuously polling. It's a close one, but thus far the Democrat is still leading. Iowa, the Democrat is still leading. South Dakota, currently the Republican is winning, but only by 10,000 votes.
Mhm.
Colorado, we now have. California, we now have. On that note as well, Florida was called. So that's our big disappointment of that.
Yeah.
It was so close. So close. Honestly, they better file for like recounts,
Recount,
despite the fact that
I mean, I'm sure they will.
I hope so. But like Florida recounts have kind of screwed us over in the past, so I'm not
Who
exactly
knows? Maybe
terribly
they'll go in
hopeful.
our favor this time for some ungodly reason.
Maybe.
Big news out of Kansas. Sharice Davids.
Yes.
Davis. No, Davids. Sharice Davids wins the Kansas second. That's a pretty big one there. Kansas City, Kansas area goes to the first lesbian Native American woman
Hell yeah, she's
to
awesome.
be in Congress.
And also a former WWF fighter.
Yep. Yeah, she's a badass.
Oh hell yeah! I was gonna say
be a
I
great representative.
there was a really great tweet by a Crooked Media member
Yeah.
of her flexing in front of her election headquarters.
Yeah,
and
she's
it's like
legit.
it's phenomenal.
She's
It's so
she's
good.
the coolest.
Damn right she is.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the Missouri Senate. It's not looking good for Claire.
No, currently things are not looking so hot.
So basically, lay of the land. Democrats are in prime position to win back control, of the House. By how much of a margin, we're not sure yet, but it's looking to be wide enough to be comforting.
And we'll have it. Yeah, currently things sit at 10:09 as 55 Democrats and 53 Republicans, but we have won enough of the swings, the swing or likely or leaning, that at this point it is projected that we will win. It's currently at 56. It literally just updated.
I like that. It's a good thing.
Me too. Additionally, some very surprising races that we should continue to look for.
Yeah.
Montana has officially, in the Senate race, went to Don Tester. So Democrat incumbent in a red state, thankfully.
Good news.
And additionally, on that note, currently, because Montana is not populated,
Yep.
and it's a beautiful country, beautiful part of the country,
Yep.
not populated at all. Currently, the Democrat is leading in the representative race.
At-large representative race.
Oh, yes.
Basically like another senator.
Additionally, on that note, Iowa, Iowa's fourth has been a big, we've talked about that a lot. That's where Steve King is. Currently, he's winning.
Yep.
And that's not good. However, there's only 41% in, so we'll see how that continues going. However, Iowa's first has been called for a Democrat. Iowa's second, the Democrat is leading in, and Iowa's third. So 3 out of 4 I could be okay with. However, Iowans. You guys you're a simple people. You like corn.
Yeah, good.
Kyra Cooper is a great place.
Kyra Cooper is a great place.
Honestly, she is literally the only redeeming factor about Iowa that I oftentimes think of.
That is completely true.
Ethanol's kind of cool, but it's the Dippin' Dots of fuel. It's been the future of fuel for like a decade now.
Ethanol does a lot of great things, Adam. I want to talk more about though. I want to talk about how the Florida Senate race has suddenly come into very, very close contention. This
man.
one could easily automatically trigger a recount. Should we get to that point? Less than 1 percentage point separates.
Oh my God!
Scott
yeah,
and
I was gonna
Nelson.
say it's closed up even more now.
Yeah, so that's going to be a great one to watch here. God, we're slowly getting the first results in from the West Coast.
Yeah.
As Adam mentioned, Feinstein wins her Senate seat back again, which cool. We can continue the Feinstein agenda, whatever that might be.
Also, real quick before we move on too much, in the Florida race, there are like 3 counties that have not fully reported in.
Right.
Those being Palm Beach, which currently is in favor of Nelson. Broward, which is down by Miami. Currently Monroe, which is in a dead 50-50 heat. Literally, they're separated by 2 votes. Nelson is winning by 2 votes down there. However, they're only 94% counted. Additionally, on that note, Tampa County, which is Hillsborough, is also not fully reported in. So we are
A lot to watch.
closing down. We're not. I don't know if there's enough votes in any of those to push him through. I think he probably needs too many. Too many in that regard, but it's definitely close enough for a recount.
It's gonna be an entertaining one to watch. That's probably gonna be one we won't find out about until the wee hours of tomorrow morning.
Yeah, probably not. But Kevin Spacey won't be starring in the movie about that one.
It's true.
Actually, real quick though, it's a great movie, really well explained. Called Recount.
For a Kevin Spacey.
I mean,
movie
look,
right now.
don't pay for the movie.
Okay.
He probably won't get royalties from it anyways.
I don't
but
think he will.
it's quite informative. It's like a slow burn, but for the 2000 election.
Josh Hawley at a 55%, Claire McCaskill at a 42, a 73%. reporting. God, that's not great.
No, it's not good at all.
So that's our update for right now. We're going to keep an eye on this,
Yes.
keep things going, and hopefully we'll have some better news to report back here pretty soon.
Yep.
So stick with us. Welcome back to the 36%. It's now 11:15 at night, and we have a lot of results, and I'm sad.
Yep. Me too. So, to start things off, we're going to start with some gubernatorial elections.
Yeah, talk to us about it.
Right. So, on an up note, on a very
Yep.
high note,
Yep.
Currently Wisconsin is polling Democrat. So
That's a big
we're
surprise.
kicking out Scott Walker.
We were not counting on that. Now,
Yes,
It
it is.
is
It is a win for college education
it
in
is
the
not
United States.
confirmed that he's won. We only have 85% reporting. It could really go either way
It
still.
really could,
It's
but
a very close race.
it is close.
But Evers is doing a lot better than we'd initially projected.
Exactly.
We still have a confirmed win in Kansas. I just want to make sure everyone's very aware of that.
Just so we all know, Kelly won
Yeah.
by like what is it?
A considerable amount.
A good amount.
Yeah, she won by like 6%.
Hell, 7%.
Thanks, Greg Orman, for
Thank
pulling,
you. Okay, real quick though, we are still not condoning
Still not a fan of
third-party
third-party
candidates in SMDP systems, but sometimes,
Greg Orman, I see what you're doing here.
and
You're
we
playing the long con, and I appreciate that about
we
you, Greg
thank you.
Orman.
So, anyways,
Anywho,
Ohio officially barely elected another Republican governor.
Yep.
Real quick, New Hampshire has elected a Republican governor.
Yep.
However, actually, this one's not confirmed yet. It's still going. It's,
Oh, yeah, only
it's
35%.
it is quite close because
Yeah.
New Hampshire thankfully lets their polls stay open for quite a long time.
That's true.
However, when you also pass draconian voter suppression laws, in the great words of Jason Kander, you're going to end up with Republicans that don't have real mandates to lead.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
on that note, we
Only
need to
35%
talk about
reporting.
Georgia.
Tell us about Georgia.
Georgia.
Tell us about how we should be so uplifted by Georgia.
Yeah. Okay. So Georgia right now is super close. We are less.
We're not happy about Georgia.
Yeah, we're really
not
pissed
happy
off about
about it.
Georgia, but it's only about 10. What is it? Not 10,000. It's about 100,000 votes. About that.
Yeah.
However, very importantly, Stacey Abrams has done an amazing job in having a great
That's
campaign,
true.
fighting against Brian Kemp,
Yep.
who is less legitimate than I'm claiming it right now.
Yeah.
Vladimir Putin has more of a mandate to lead Russia than Brian Kemp has to rule as the governor of Georgia.
You know, that's a bold claim, but we're gonna roll with
Yeah.
it.
And real quick, I'm gonna tell you why real quick. This man, I'm my fingers up. I'm
Right.
Bernie Sandering
Yep.
this shit. This man is the current Secretary of State of Georgia. Brett, what do secretaries of states do?
Well, they get to run all the elections in the state.
Isn't it kind of like a conflict of interest if you're running the election by which you're trying to win?
You know, it seems pretty flippant that it would be.
Yeah.
Yet here we are.
Real messed up. Anyways, I don't oftentimes, and I said this the other day, I don't oftentimes praise Jefferson
What?
Beauregard
No,
Davis
we're not gonna- no, we're
Sessions the
not-
third.
We're not going to start now. I'll be perfectly honest
However,
with you. We're not gonna
recusing
start
yourself
that
when
now.
it is a responsible and necessary thing to do is formidable. However,
Yes,
Brian
we
Kemp
can-
did not follow
I can
this.
think of other examples other than Jefferson Davis. Look.
Sessions the third.
Oh, yeah, I said Jefferson Davis.
I
was
did.
like,
Jefferson Beauregard Davis Sessions the third.
Oh, wow. Well, either or. Yeah,
I'm
took it in a
sorry.
direction I
I'm
wasn't
not.
prepared
I'm not
for.
saying that our current secretary.
My God.
Our current
We're
attorney.
not
I'm not
praising
saying our
Jefferson
current
Davis.
attorney general is also the equivalent of the president of the Confederate States of America,
We're not going to make that equivalent.
but their names are real similar.
So just a quick flash over the rest of the gubernatorial map. Colorado looks like Polis is pulling away in
She
that
won.
one. Grisham in New Mexico, that's a projected win there. California, Newsom, same deal.
Oregon as
Brown-
well.
Brown in Oregon. So we're looking okay with the gubernatorialships. Gubernatorialships? I don't know if that's right.
Yes.
Governorships,
I-
gubernatorial
you know, I-
races.
Yep.
This, that, and the other. So, you know, we have a mixed bag of results here. We didn't win the big ones. We didn't walk away with Florida or Georgia. We can chalk that up to a number of different things, but we can say we at least put up a really good race there, and it's going to be interesting to watch what comes out of those two states in 2020. If we want to move on to the Senate now before we get to unpacking the big mess that is the House, the Senate is not necessarily a place that we can harbor a lot of
Hope from.
joy or hope from. Right now, Florida, it looked really, really close for a really long time, but it was looking like
It still is. It's
I don't know.
9,000 votes
I know,
is
but-
all that separates Voldemort Light, a.k.a.
Rick Scott.
and
Bill
Nelson. And Bill Nelson.
Bill
It's
Nelson.
so close.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been close all night.
It will
I feel
trigger
like Scott's starting to pull
A
away from.
recount. It is a recount.
It's true.
It's
really
time.
close.
It's time. Now, Florida, speaking directly to the Sunshine State,
Right.
I have relatives that live down there.
Okay.
And first off, I have 5.
Right.
I'm pretty sure all of them voted Republican. Joe over here is telling me he has 6. Again, also voting
And they
Republican.
all voted Republican?
Yep, they all
Wow.
voted Republican. I'm just saying.
So this
if,
room,
if
the
all
relatives of the people in
if,
this
if
room,
like 1%
responsible for
of
this.
all of Missourians that had relatives in Florida convinced their relatives to vote Democrat, Nelson would win the election.
highly
It's
inappropriate.
that so it's
God.
that close.
Well, so the rest of the Senate map, we covered most of the East Coast. We've been familiar with that. Josh Hawley officially wins the Missouri Senate race. Claire McCaskill, the 2-term senatorial incumbent from the great state of Missouri, has officially been unceremoniously removed from office. So,
Yep.
unceremoniously removed from office.
So
That's a hard pill to swallow.
that
right
one
there,
is
I'll be
right. I mean,
honest.
honestly, when Joe Donnelly lost Indiana, it was, at that point, things weren't looking good.
Right.
However, Claire won by less of a margin than more of a margin. No, Claire lost by less of a margin than Donnelly did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's some solace in that.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's Missouri, and we don't often like to say it's Missouri because it's just kind of an excuse. But being the 5th most racist state in the union, yeah, no, that is statistics right there.
It is.
That is, I can back that up with proof. Missouri is racist as hell. Yeah, that too. Yeah, there are
it's
parts
still
of
a-
Missouri that people.
So Missouri did not go the way we wanted it to go.
Nope.
Let's see.
Neither
what
did
else.
Texas. Arizona is very close. There's currently 58% currently in. And right now, actually, we're going to give a shout out. And they're not taking – this one is going on the pod, Brett.
see about
Because he
that.
always deletes my shout outs.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I have a shout out to the one and only fantastic.
Only
I almost said
fan.
fantabulous, but she is fantabulous.
It's true.
Caitlin Burke.
Yep.
Shout out to her. Working real hard down in Arizona.
That is still a close race.
It really is.
It
This
a
one
close
still could be
race.
pulled out. Currently on that note as well, places that include Phoenix, Tulsa. Those are, probably where we're going to find the rest of the votes, and it's not looking fantastic there. Actually, take that back. Apache County in Arizona only has 40% in right now. Currently,
Oh, they're only reporting 58%.
yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, this is
Right.
where it's going to happen, and
Right.
currently we're winning 65% of that county.
So yeah, it's still
There is
really a
there is
toss-up.
hope. It's literally 3,000 votes, if that. It's
Yeah.
less than 3,000 votes. We can do it.
Taking a look at Montana, Tester versus Rosendale, 42% reporting. Tester is ahead still in
Yep,
the polls.
that
so
he is.
That's going to be another really interesting one to watch. That was one I don't think we were expecting to hold on to.
No, we were.
Well, we were expecting to hold on to it, so fingers crossed we can, because right now we're sitting at 43 to 51, and that's not
That's not optimal.
not great.
That's not
what we were
optimal.
wanting.
Yeah. Honestly,
uh,
that one I will be surprised if we lose.
If we lose or if we win.
If we lose Montana, I will
Really?
be surprised. Yeah.
O-
Well, I
okay.
mean, genuinely, I hate to
I've been
continuously
surprised
do
so
this,
far,
but the polls weren't looking. The polls were looking far better for Montana than they were any other red state or
Right.
red state Democrat,
Right.
and that right there, I think, is telling.
Yeah.
I think that's all the Senate races we have.
Yeah. Maisie Hirono in Hawaii
Hell yes.
walked away from it with
Woo!
0% reporting. So
Yeah,
we're maintaining that
she
seat
took that
there.
one real quick.
We had talked about Dianne Feinstein in California. No surprise there.
Additionally, real quick, Nevada.
Yep.
We love you
God.
because you haven't closed your polls yet.
Do we though? Do we love them? For
However, we would really like to start getting some numbers from you.
that? I want to know what's happening.
Or because you also kind of right now will have a major deciding factor in whether or not we maintain even the slight part of the House or the Senate, excuse me. And
That's true.
the House also helps because
Yeah.
currently we're looking to win a lot there,
That's right.
and we want to win a lot there. But
So,
it's a
highlights-
toss-up, and we want to kick Dirty Dean Heller out of office.
It's true. Highlights for the House. Iowa did a fantastic job in re-electing
A
white
white
nationalist,
nationalist.
Steve King, in the Iowa 4th. I don't really have anything to say to that other than good job, America.
On a better note, Iowa's of Iowa's 4 House districts, Democrats have secured 1 officially, and it's looking like we're gonna actually no 2 officially. We flipped 1, and it's looking like we're gonna pick up the third House seat.
It's true.
So
It's true. Unfortunately, in Kansas, the Kansas seconds looking like it's going to go to
it's
Steve Watkins.
so close though. Again, 4,000 votes.
Yeah, but when you 99% reporting in
No,
a
I know.
district that
And at this
only
point, I'm
has
not looking for that. I'm just looking for a
250,000.
recount.
That's fair. That's fair. But again, across the map, we're sitting at 196 to 182. So we're looking to really hit that 218 margin. It's just going to be a question of how far past the 218 we go to maintain or to regain control of the House.
Yeah. Because we have places. There's still a couple California seats that haven't been fully decided yet, and
All 3 of Nevada.
yeah, and that'll all change the moment. The moment that those things start coming in.
Right.
That's the moment that number ticks up and up and up and up and up.
Yep.
So, because we're looking to
2 in
take
Hawaii,
probably
1 in
close to like
Alaska.
36 seats.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. But right now it's looking. I'm gonna call it now. The Senate's done.
oh yeah,
Republicans are controlling the Senate still. We're gonna get the House back. Just depends on how much, and the governorship.
That's a close
we'll
one.
see. That's a toss up.
Yep.
That's a toss up in my opinion.
It's close. Real quick, I mean, genuinely, like I think there will be definitely, the Georgia election is serious. No one's actually currently Kemp has over 50%.
right.
Which means that there will not be a runoff election.
Right.
However, I think that there better be some serious scrutiny.
So, I mean, there can be scrutiny, but we'll see if anything comes of it.
Yeah.
We've yet to see anything at the federal level, so I'll be surprised if anything happens at the state level.
Yep. Well, I mean, I think that enough people will sue to have a recount that we will.
Yeah.
I'd
be interested. It'll be interesting to watch, that's for
Yeah.
sure, the coming weeks.
On some additional little Missouri Missouri notes
Yeah.
because we got those.
Oh yeah.
Additionally, on that regard,
You guys kept 2 of your Senate seats or 2 of your House seats. Congratulations.
yes, thank you. Additionally, on that note, Missouri has officially made it legal for civil service, organizations to now advertise bingo nights.
There you go.
Woo!
Bingo is legal
Yeah.
in Missouri, people. We did it.
There
It
we
was a
go.
hard fight. It was a really
We
hard
did it.
fight, but we got there.
Yeah, we did. Even though. Yeah.
Big win.
Oh, exactly.
Big win for the
Addition-
bingo.
Other things. Do we have confirmation on any of the? Oh, marijuana. Medical marijuana is legal in
Yeah.
Missouri.
Medical marijuana has officially
We
passed.
did it, everyone.
So that's going to be an exciting thing.
That
to,
will really be. I wonder. I don't know exactly where all of that has been legalized now this election, but I'm sure it's high. Hey.
We'll have more details about the various Missouri ballot initiatives that passed.
Yes.
And
I did also real quick for all
yeah.
of our Kirksville listeners. Henry Martin did not stand a chance.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Also, Joni Perry currently is not looking so hot
Also
either.
R.I.P.
For this district in the Missouri Senate, right? No, excuse me, Missouri Representative
Right.
District,
Right.
whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
we'll have a little bit more to recount in the next 30 minutes once people start reporting back in, and we'll see what the lay of the land looks like then.
exactly. So, anyways, we appreciate you guys sticking through it.
Yep.
Continuing being listeners.
Yep.
Again, Caitlin Burke, you got this.
Yeah, all our friends that worked
You got
on
this.
Actually,
real quick,
elections
shout
across
out
the
to
country.
everyone that worked on elections. All
for
of
real.
this. Yeah, that too.
Shout out to all
Real
of
quick,
the millennials. that
And most
voted.
importantly, shout out to that 36%. We'd like to bring it back to the home team real quick. But, the 36% could be a bit higher.
You know, we'll see what the 36% actually looks like after today.
I know.
'cause
I'm
we'll
quite
have the
curious.
numbers.
I
We'll have the
am-
numbers to see.
That we will. And I really, man, I'm hoping
well,
it's raised.
it's going to be a pain.
We're
because
not
have to
changing
change-
our
I
name.
was gonna have
We're
to
not
change-
changing our name.
Change
Brett.
everything about us.
No. I was going to say, according to the study by which we based our name off of, it is based in 2016.
Yep.
And that's why we have this freaking election.
Yep.
And that's why we have this podcast.
Yep.
So, anyways.
Yeah, so we'll be back after this short break.
Well, everyone,
It's about that time.
midnight has almost struck. And while Brett and I are now getting kicked out of this building, we'd just like to take the next 10 minutes or so to remark on, what has gone tonight, what has went, what has happened,
Right.
and where we are going.
Yeah. So as we sit here looking at the results, they're not finalized yet. The Democrats have officially breached 200. We got 201 to 186. So we're still on track to reach that magical 218 and go beyond it.
Yes, we are.
The Senate really hasn't changed much since we last spoke with everybody. It's pretty much the lay of the land is going to remain the same with the Republicans maintaining control. Governorships, we're still waiting on a couple. It's worth noting that Nevada has not given us any results from anything.
So we don't have their Senate or House yet.
Pritzker did win in Illinois. That is confirmed. We're still waiting on confirmation on some of our West Coast states. But again, nothing is looking like it's going to be surprising out there. So all in all, again, we don't have the finalized results from tonight. But what we can pull away from, all of this, rather,
Yeah,
is that we really showed up. We showed out for the House.
we did.
The Senate was a tricky one. We knew it was going to be a tricky one from the start.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to be here making excuses. I'm going to
Yeah.
be really interested to see what the numbers look like coming out tomorrow and the rest of the week to see what
Yes.
turnout was like.
And I think also, the recounts are telling.
Right.
I'm not sure they'll change anything, but it's close enough that we've needed recounts, and that is something to have hope in.
Right. So, again, we have a generic look of the lay of the land right now. We'll have better details later in the week once everything's been finalized. But I think we can really walk away from this with our heads held high,
A bit.
realistically.
Yeah, I think while tonight really does seem depressing in much of the Midwest, I think for the victories that we did pull out, they are fantastic and
They're
great
big
victories.
victories,
And
yeah.
I think largely especially in the House, the map that the Democrats have been fighting for has been probably one of the most gerrymandered maps that we have seen
Right.
ever.
Right.
And this is the 2010 map that Republicans made, and so it has been an uphill battle.
Yeah.
And the fact that we've been able to pull out a majority and hopefully won by a good-sized margin is ridiculously impressive.
Yeah.
Additionally, the Senate is one of the hardest Senates we have physically faced as a party in a long time.
We won in some surprising places
We
today.
really did. And honestly, Nevada's going to decide a lot of that as well.
Yeah.
And I think most importantly, though, is to take note that the next time that we have an election in the Senate, it significantly favors us
Oh,
this
yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah.
And we're here. And,
Look forward to 2020,
oh,
folks.
yeah, look forward to it. 'Cause if Democrats in a midterm election can put out some of the most amazing candidates this party has ever seen, then we can definitely do so again, if not even
I'm
better.
feeling good. We're in a good place.
Oh, yeah.
We're in a good
I'm
place
I'm
right
getting
now.
fucking pumped now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got
I'm-
some
I'm
committee
channeling-
chairmanships they were talking
Oh,
about.
yeah. No, we're doing it.
We got the gavel back in a Democrat's hand. Nancy Pelosi will
Thank God.
assume the speakership once again.
Thank
Paul
God.
Ryan gets to look sad as he trunces out of the
He's
Capitol.
out.
Oh, God, I'm so happy.
God, me too. And
right.
honestly, Brett, I'm looking forward to this.
Oh,
And
me too.
in the great words of Beto O'Rourke,
Yeah.
on live television.
Oh, yeah.
Take it away, Brett.
America, I'm so fucking proud of you.
Live television.
God,
this
Beto
guy goes.
2020.
I love him.
Let's get
I
on it.
love him. Beto 2020.
All right, celebrate for tonight. We hit the ground running again tomorrow,
We
Democrats.
did it.
Ah!
The 36% was founded, written, and directed by Adam Childers Arnold and Brett Combs.
Music in this episode is provided by Purple Planet. Check them out at purple-planet.com.
The presenting sponsor of the 36% is Avian Apparel.
Music editing is done by Burnt Crumbs.
Our ukulele muse is Adam California.
Cover art for this episode is done by Christian Ferguson.
Thank you so much for everyone listening and everyone that showed out to our first live episode of the 36%.
It's been a very special episode of live coverage for the midterm election.
That it has. It has been a night. Anyways, we hope all of you are well, and in the great words of the notorious HRC, never stop believing that fighting for what's right is worth it. And in the great words of Beto, the almost greatest senator that Texas has ever seen, I am so fucking proud of you.
All right, signing off for this week, I'm Brett.
And I'm Adam.
And this was
The 36%.